And now, KOTA Territory Sports, sponsored by your local Ford stores.
Good evening and welcome into KOTA Sports. The South Dakota Mines School of Mines men's soccer team has had an impressive season so far this year with an undefeated record. Did they remain undefeated with their game earlier today? Well, let's see. South Dakota Mines men's soccer team is on fire this year. They are off to an undefeated season. They have just 2 ties, and they've picked up a win here today against Colorado Mesa 4-0. Zach Peroff, Alvin Yodo, and Parker Yoakum all recorded a goal, and Raleigh Ford also recorded a goal. Once again, this Mines defense has stepped up. The most amount of goals this defense has allowed in one game has only been 2, and they won that game. Defense wins championships, so will that be the case for Mines this year in soccer? We will see. They go on to play Colorado School of Mines on Friday. And I'm sure everyone in Rapid City is still reliving the South Dakota Mines thriller they had yesterday. This game felt like it was going the Mines' way. Then after an interception from their QB, Gage Baker, it felt like it slipped out of their hands. But their defense showed up yesterday and held Fort Lewis to minimal points and multiple stops that then led to a field goal. That would be good enough to take the lead and win the game. Here's the Hard Rockers head coach and QB after the game.
You know, I think the biggest thing is our kids are going to show up. They're going to compete. They're going to play hard for us full 60 minutes. We're going to give you everything that we've got, and that's what I'm super proud of them about.
They played their tail off. It was super fun to see. They were so physical, just running to the football all the time, and it was just really good to see them step up. They played their tail off today. Just to continue to improve and get better every single week. I think we've been a team that's gotten significantly better every single week, trying to find our identity, and I think just continuing in the right direction and showing a little more dominance for sure.
The Broncos host the Bengals tomorrow night right here on ABC at 6:15. Bengals are without Joe Burrow for a while, and they're coming off their worst loss in franchise history. The Broncos are on a 2-game losing streak, but they fell victim to 1-score games, lost to the Colts by 1, and then lost to the Chargers by 3. A Bengals team without Joe Burrow isn't as good, so it will be a great time for the Broncos to get back in the win column. And it is time for week 3 of KOTA Territory's top 5 plays of the week. And coming in at number 5 is the goal in the Central and Spearfish game yesterday. And let's just take another look at this play. Sophia Sid-Kermaher just takes this ball down the field, pump fakes the kick at first, but then kicks it in, gets it just past the goalie for a goal. And Spearfish went on to win that game 3-2 after being down 2-0. Mines volleyball is taking the 4th spot this week. Hannah Joseph just sets it up perfectly for Joy Alberto, and Alberto slams it down for the point, and Mines battled in their game against Colorado Christian, but they fell just short in their sets. But Joy Alberto and Mines volleyball, welcome to the top 5 plays of the week. We keep it with volleyball at the 3 spot with Stevens volleyball, and the student section was into this game. Camo out, by the way, if you missed that. Aurora Perdich for Stevens gets the spike and then just walks away like it was nothing. She got so high up there for the point, and it worked out perfectly as Stevens beat Central 3-1 on Thursday night. Aurora, welcome to the top 5 plays of the week. We head to O'Hara Stadium for our number 2 spot as the Hard Rockers had a wild game yesterday. And this kick is what got them the win. This would have been number 1 if it was a walk-off. But wow, what a kick from Sam Essels to give Mines the lead with just 9 seconds left to play in the game. And now it's time for the number 1 spot of this week's top 5 plays of the week. And taking that spot this week is Mines quarterback Gage Baker. He delivers this beauty of a pass to Jacoby Agbana, who also has a really nice catch. I would say they both deserve to share the spotlight for this week's number 1 play. The thing about this play is that the drive before this, Gage Baker threw an interception, but he bounces back right here with an amazing throw, which led to a field goal that would win them the game. Mines Athletics was all over this week's top plays.